There's a girl somewhere right now sitting with her friends, half listening to the conversation and thinking about a guy. Not the guy who's been blowing up her phone, not the guy who sent her flowers, not the guy who's been doing everything textbook perfect. She's thinking about the other one, the one who said something she can't shake, the one whose vibe stayed with her after he left the room, the one she can't fully figure out. And here's what's wild. That guy probably has no idea he's doing it. He's not running a strategy, he's not following a script, he just has something that most guys have completely backwards. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what that thing is and why it works on a level most men never even think about. Because the conversation about attraction usually stays on the surface. Say this, do that, text like this, approach like that. And look, some of that stuff is useful, but it's all external. It's all behavior, and behavior without the right foundation underneath it is just performance. And women can smell performance from across a room. What nobody talks about enough is the internal thing, the thing that drives the behavior, the energy underneath the words, the reason the same sentence lands completely differently depending on who says it. That's what we're getting into today. So let me start with something that might be uncomfortable to hear. Most guys are trying to make women feel attracted to them, and that sentence sounds fine on the surface. Of course you want her to feel attracted, that's the point. But think about what that actually means in practice. When your goal is to make her feel something, you are now focused on her reaction. You are monitoring her face. You are adjusting everything you say and do based on what seems to be landing. You are, without realizing it, auditioning. And auditions are not attractive, they are anxious, they are approval-seeking, and the moment you are seeking her approval, the power shifts entirely and the tension that creates real attraction disappears completely. Here's the reframe that changes everything. Stop trying to make her feel attracted to you. Start focusing on whether you're genuinely attracted to her. I know that sounds simple, maybe even obvious, but actually live in that for a second. When you walk up to a woman and your internal question shifts from how do I make her like me to I wonder if I actually like her, everything about your presence changes. Your eyes relax. Your voice slows down. Your body language opens up. You stop performing because you're not trying to pass a test anymore. You're just genuinely curious about a person. And genuine curiosity is one of the most magnetic things a human being can project, because it's rare. Most people are so caught up in how they're being perceived that they never actually show up curious. You do that, and you immediately feel different from everyone else she talks to. And here's why that matters so much. Women are flooded with attention, especially the kind of woman you're probably thinking about right now. She gets compliments constantly. She gets guys telling her she's beautiful, she's amazing, she's incredible. And every single one of those compliments, as flattering as they might feel for a second, carries the same energy underneath. Please like me. Please choose me. I need something from you. And she feels that energy even when the words are wrapped in the most charming package you can imagine. She feels it because it's always about her. It puts her on a pedestal and puts the guy underneath it. And pedestals are lonely places to be. Nobody wants to be worshipped. They want to be known. When you show up genuinely curious about who she actually is, not performing, not flattering, not trying to win her over, but actually interested in her as a specific, complex, interesting human being, she feels something she almost never feels. She feels seen, not admired, seen. And feeling seen is so rare and so powerful that it creates an emotional response she genuinely can't explain. She'll just know she wants to be around you again. She won't know why. She'll tell her friends there's just something about him, and that something is you making her feel real instead of decorative. Now let's talk about the thing that actually creates that electric, can't stop thinking about you feeling. Because it's not just curiosity, there's another layer underneath it, and it's this. Tension. Not conflict, not drama, tension. The kind that comes from two people who are genuinely interested in each other, but neither one is fully giving themselves away. Think about the best conversation you've ever had with someone you were attracted to. What made it feel electric? It wasn't that everything was perfectly smooth. It was that there was something unresolved, a question hanging in the air, a moment where something could have happened and didn't quite yet. A back and forth where neither person completely revealed their hand. That tension is what makes her lie awake replaying the conversation. That uncertainty mixed with warmth and interest is the specific cocktail that her brain literally cannot put down. And here's how most guys accidentally kill that tension before it even has a chance to build. They over-explain themselves. They over-validate her. They rush to fill every silence because silence feels dangerous. They agree with everything she says because disagreement feels risky. They give her the full picture of themselves in the first conversation because they're scared that if they hold anything back, she'll lose interest. But what they don't realize is that by giving everything away immediately, by being completely transparent and completely available and completely eager, they're answering every question she had before she even got to enjoy wondering. And wondering is the whole thing. Wondering is what keeps her thinking about you. The moment there's nothing left to wonder, the energy flatlines. So here is what that looks like in practice. Not as a game, not as a manipulation, just as a natural expression of a man who has depth and doesn't need to dump all of it on the table at once. You let conversations breathe. You don't rush to fill silences. You have opinions and you hold them even when she pushes back a little. You share pieces of yourself and let her be curious about the rest. You're warm, but not available every second. You're interested, but not desperate. You show her enough to make her want more without making her feel like she has to work for basic human decency. That balance, warmth, and mystery at the same time, that is the thing most guys never figure out. And it's not hard once you actually understand why it works. Because it comes down to this. She needs to feel two things simultaneously for that deep pull to exist. She needs to feel safe and she needs to feel curious. Safe means you're not erratic, not manipulative, not emotionally all over the place. It means you're grounded, you're kind, you're real. Curious means there's still something to discover. There's still a question. There's still a next layer she hasn't gotten to yet. When she feels both of those things at the same time, something clicks in her that she can't logic her way out of. It bypasses the thinking brain and goes straight to the feeling brain. And the feeling brain is where real attraction lives. Now here's something I want to address because I know some guys watching this are thinking about a specific situation where they feel like they've already done it wrong, already showed too much, already came in too eager, already over-explained and over-texted and over-invested before they even understood what they were doing. And I want to say this directly, you don't fix that by over-correcting. You don't fix eagerness by going cold. You don't fix over-texting by suddenly disappearing. That's not depth. That's just a different kind of performance, and she'll see through it just as fast. What you actually do is simpler and more honest than that. You just stop. Not dramatically, not with an explanation. You just quietly return to yourself. You put your attention back on your own life. You stop monitoring the dynamic. You let it be what it is without trying to engineer it into something. And sometimes when you do that, genuinely, from a place of actually being okay and not as a tactic, the energy shifts on its own. Because she stops feeling that anxious pull from you and starts feeling the space you've created. And space is something she can actually move toward. But honestly, the deeper work is never about her. It's always about you. The man who creates that feeling, the one she can't explain and can't ignore, he's not doing it because he learned the right techniques. He's doing it because he genuinely likes himself. He's genuinely interested in the world. He has things going on that matter to him. He's not waiting around for someone else to make him feel whole. He is already, by himself, living a life that has energy and direction and meaning. And when he meets someone he's genuinely drawn to, he shows up from that place, from fullness, from real curiosity, from calm, and she feels it. Not because of what he says, because of what he is. That's what she can't explain. That's what she can't ignore. Not his words, his presence, his energy. The quiet signal underneath everything that says I'm good, I'm real, I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere just because you haven't decided yet. Become that man first. Everything else, every conversation, every approach, every connection follows naturally from that.